Hello, I'm Loie Hollowell. This is my painting, Mother's Milk. It was finished the end of last year, 2025. If you come around, you'll see that it's a sculpted painting. This is a relief, a bit of a bas relief that's built up with a high density foam that's resined onto the surface, and then I paint on top of that. The shape here is called an ogee. It's an architectural form, and I've used this form in my painting as a form, like a sort of pedestal, and the kind of energy comes or is always sitting on the top or tip of the ogee. So in this case, we have a mandorla, and the mandorla for me is representative of my femininity, but it becomes an abstraction of my femaleness. And in this painting, we have the ogee and this breast. Can you tell it's a breast? I don't know. It's very abstract in this painting, but the color really abstracts it. But for me, this is a breast being supported by the ogee, and on this tip is teetering the feminine form that I use to abstract myself. And then this is kind of representative of time and energy. And I just thought it kind of made a nice kind of play of sequential movement and time as it fades or as it gets more opaque. The inspiration for this piece was breastfeeding. I came up with this composition after I had my first child in 2018. I might have been thinking about it before that, because your body changes while you're pregnant and your breasts do things while you're pregnant. Aside from this kind of being representational of my female self, it's also like a packet of milk or a milk drop coming out of this nipple tip. And then the kind of element of time, just like so present as a new mother, the kind of cyclical nature of feeding your baby. I don't know, this painting is like it's a very, very, very abstract kind of concept that just kind of came together and was also very much about the color, this kind of like, I don't know, for me, a sort of feminineness, kind of fleshiness, but also in like a, I don't know, like a pop aesthetic. I mean, with the sculptural aspect, probably altogether, this painting took about 2.5 months. The process of breastfeeding is so, I don't know, it's like so disorienting at first, but also so precious, that connection with your baby. And also just the kind of alienness of having that power of nourishment coming from your body, that I think I've had to explore it in a lot of different ways, a lot of different abstractions. So there are a lot of pieces with the title Mother's Milk or Mother's Milking. And there's often like an element of time in those pieces. I'm actually working on one right now with a similar concept of time and breasts and milking. This one, I have to say, is a very kind of much more in the abstract, more of the abstract way of breaking apart the thoughts around breastfeeding. I've made this painting before, much smaller, and the breast itself was actually more of this fleshy tone, so it kind of registered more as a breast. And with this larger piece, I like the idea of abstracting it even further from the body and kind of letting the colors become a whole separate experience.